Hello, friends. How are you? Happy Monday. I hope everyone's doing well today, that you had a nice, restful, rejuvenating weekend. How's it going? What are you afraid to ask for? Let's dig into that today. So, this is good for self love because when you know what you're afraid to ask for and then you dig into all the whys, it just opens up this whole area for you to work on. Um, so, think about, what am I afraid to ask for? And then once you have that, dig in a bit more. What are the reasons why? What are you afraid might happen if you do ask for it? Have you been chastised before or rejected before for asking for this thing that you're thinking about? Really dig in and see why you think that this is happening. And then I would love for you to dig in and think about, what would your life look like? What would your behavior be if you were not afraid to ask for that? What are the consequences of you being afraid? What are you not getting, you know? So one of the things that's really hard for me, there are two that come to mind when I think about this. Whoopsie, sorry. And one is help. um, I am reluctant to ask for help on a lot of things, and I am getting a lot better. I've been working on this for a long time, but I somehow internalized the idea that asking for help meant you were weak, that you weren't good enough, that you weren't doing the thing that you were capable of doing, and you should just shut up and get it done. Very, very silly, because I would obviously never say that to someone who came to me for help, you know. Um, and so it's very silly for me to feel that way about myself. But, we put different expectations on ourselves quite often. And so help is something that's hard for me to ask for in certain situations. So, one of the things that has helped is to be open about it. See, this is really hard for me, but I think I need help with this. And usually, the person you're talking to is incredibly compassionate and also has had times when they didn't want to ask for help. And so they understand, and you get through it together, and then you have that positive reinforcement. You can also start really small. Maybe there's something small that doesn't feel personal to you. It's not like you don't feel like it's a personal failure if you ask for help for that. So start small for some things. Another thing that's hard for me to ask for, and I'm going to couch it in terms that may seem a little bit unwieldy, but it is hard for me to ask myself for forgiveness for bad behavior. So, another way of putting it that is like, I obsess over and dwell on mistakes that I've made, or, ways that I have treated people that weren't the way I would have wanted to treat them if I were in a better state of mind. And so, working on forgiving yourself is also a really big deal. You deserve to move on from past mistakes. We all make them. You deserve to feel good about yourself, regardless of a mistake that you've made. So try to dig into the whys of these things that you're afraid to ask for. And for me, the forgiveness, comes back to those really high expectations. And so I think, oh, I made a mistake. So that must mean that I'm a bad person. My thoughts make a mistake mean more than they actually do. And so look at that. Where are you making things mean more than it needs to? What aren't you getting because you're sitting in fear? And it's okay to sit in fear. We all do that sometimes. But today you're going to think about all of it. You're going to really dig in, and then you'll be able to start coming out of that fear. Because once you know what the problem is and why it's there, then we can start to find a solution. So if this is tender and vulnerable, that's okay. And if it feels really, really hard and you just don't want to do it, please, please do it, because that's a reaction saying, this is something big here. This is something that could be life changing if we just get in and see what's going on. So please, as always, feel free to let me know if you need some help. You can shoot me a DM, you can comment here, tag me, whatever you need. You can send me an email, colleen@colleenoconnor.net, and I am here for you. So I hope that Monday is going well. I am excited to continue seeing what you all post, and I will talk to you soon. Bye. I can find the button to end it.